Hello, boys and girls. So we are going to be continuing with topic 13, and we're going to continue to look at multiplying our fractions by whole numbers. Yesterday's lesson, we focused on just multiplying a whole number by the numerator. If you remember, the denominator still doesn't change. Still the same as when we added fractions or subtracted fractions. The denominator always stays the same. So we are going to continue just to look at multiplying by the whole number by a fraction and how to reduce that fraction or simplify that fraction. So we're going to look at our first problem here to kind of get our minds thinking. And it says a recipe for 1 gallon of fruit punch calls for 3/4 cup of orange juice. They want to know how much orange juice is needed to make 8 gallons of fruit juice. So we have our 3/4 cup. They want to make 8 gallons. Okay. Now off to the side, I put our fraction strips for us, okay? And yes, I know down at the bottom it already gives us the answer, but I want to show how you arrive at that answer by using the pictures as well as the math at the bottom. So really, if they are taking 3/4 cup of orange juice to make that punch, okay, they want to make 8 gallons. They're going to need those 3/4 cup times the 8, okay, or 8 3/4. If you look, I'm going to shade one fraction strip here. That's 3/4. Okay, that's 1 gallon. I'm going to shade another 3/4. That would be 2 gallons. Another 3/4 would be 3 gallons. Another 3/4 would be 4 gallons. Okay, and if I continue to shade, each of these 3/4 represents my 8 gallons. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 gallons. What I would need to do then is count how many 3/4 I have in all. And I could say, well, I have 3 here, right? I have 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18, 21, 24, okay? And I have my 24/4. So that's where the picture comes in play, okay? Now down at the bottom, you see they have their 8 times 3/4, okay? And really, okay, 8 times 3/4. I want you to think of this 8 over a 1, okay? Even though it's an 8, there's an imaginary 1 there, okay? Because 8 is a whole. And I want you to really think about what we're really doing here. We're doing 8 times 3, which is our 24, which we had over here after counting. But really 1 times 4 is 4. So that's why the denominator stays the same. It's not because it just stays the same. It's because the whole number is really over a 1, okay? So we have our 24/4 here, okay? And I'm going to clear some stuff here to make some room, okay? Right here is where we have our 24/4 and our 6 cups. If you remember, 24/4 is an improper fraction, which we should divide, right? That's 6, and we get 0, okay? So that's where our 6 cups comes into play here, okay? So yes, it's 24/4. If I go through and count all of these little fourths that I'm putting the little marks in, there's 24 of those, okay? But just like we said before, when we were just dealing with regular whole numbers, multiplication is kind of that shortcut for us, and that's where this shortcut down here comes into real nice, being able to say 8 times 3/4 and getting to our 6 cups, okay? And I'm not saying you can't use your fraction strips, but being able to use those strategies and skills in multiplying is going to help when we get into those larger numbers, okay? So let's look at another practice problem here. So we have Milo runs 2/3 mile each day. They want to know how many miles does he run in 1 week, okay? We have to do a little bit of an inferencing here. We have to know how many days are in 1 week. So it's really 7, so I'm going to put a little thought bubble there. So if he's running 2/3 mile a day, okay, I'll draw a little picture up here. Okay, so there's 1, 2, 4, 5, 6. We need another square, 7. Okay, and I would be going 2/3 each of these days here, okay? They want to know how far is he running in that week, okay? That's our question. So if I have my 2/3, okay, I'm multiplying by 7, okay? Remember, I wanted you to think of that 7 as being over the 1. So you're doing 7 times 2, which is 14, and 1 times 3 is 3. So now we have our improper fraction. What you're going to notice when we're multiplying, you're probably going to end up with an improper fraction most of the time. Okay, so I'm going to come over here. We're going to do our 14 divided by 3. Okay, 3 goes into 14 4 times, because 4 times 3 is 12. When we subtract, we get a remainder of 2. Now we just turn that into our mixed number, right? Our 4 becomes our whole number. Our 2 becomes our numerator. And our denominator stays the same. So how many miles does he run in 1 week? He runs 4 2/3 miles, okay? So for your practice problem tonight, you're going to be doing something very similar. You're just going to be multiplying that whole number, and you're going to need to take that improper fraction and turn it into either a whole number or a mixed number. Okay, boys and girls? Thank you.